chat. This way we can just wait and relax.
What's up?
Welcome. You don't see anybody.
Nobody else. There is nobody here. What's up? To myself.
I don't know if I'm even gonna be able to get in here. Let's see anything.
Just go to the link.
Oh, there we go. Should have pasted that on Facebook. Let's do that. Probably gonna give me a link to my phone to MFA. It's waiting for approval. Ugh,
That's all right. We can watch through my phone.
that's fine. Oh, you
might
have to
turn that
your
down.
volume off. I guess this, I haven't used this computer in a long time, so it pretty much logged off of everything.
Well, for those of you that are rewatching this, enjoy the ambiance of the fire in the lower right-hand corner of your screen.
And we originally planned to go live at 7 p.m., but then my folks came over for dinner and we were hanging out, and time kind of got away from us, so they headed home, and we pushed off the time for an hour, which is not ideal because it's gonna get dark, and so we'll lose it.
We'll be okay. It doesn't get dark till 8:30-ish,
Okay.
so we'll be fine.
All right.
I probably look better in the dark anyway. What time you got there? Oh, it's 8
o'clock.
So, we are officially live. We've been live for about 10 minutes.
We'll
getting
trim that off.
everything getting everything fired up because it's been a hot minute since we've been live.
It has, yes.
So, it's probably been wow, almost a year.
Yeah, because
I think the last time we went live really was right after Sturgis.
No, it was when we went down to the Carolinas. So we've been
Oh,
live.
yeah, that's
we've done some lives. Carolinas.
October.
I think I did some. I think I streamed some curling games in December.
Curling.
Or January. For
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that again.
Wisconsin Nationals, but.
Well, we got 2 people here watching.
All right, I
so-
can't tell who it is because I can't log into anything on my computer because I don't remember any of my passwords, and they're all saved in my phone, which is why we're broadcasting.
So I'm monitoring on my phone. So if you're here, say hello. Ree Motorcycle.
Oh,
He's
Ree
from
Motorcycle. Grand
Michigan.
Rapids,
Yeah,
yeah.
Michigan. Yeah.
So we're in his neck of the woods, and he was out riding, but he was a little bit more west.
A little
Than-
bit more west,
than
up
our
in the peninsula. Yeah. Of the Michigan.
How does this sound? Does it sound okay?
Yeah, we
right
sounding
now?
okay, Ree? Pretty far away. We got 4 people watching now. If you're watching, please chime in the chat so we know who's watching, because we don't have a computer up to monitor who's watching. because my IT person forgot her passwords.
Because we haven't gone live and I haven't gone on YouTube.
Audio's
and,
good. Fire is bad.
Fire is bad.
Let's turn the fire off.
Fire is going off. We thought that would be some good ambience, but maybe it's crackling too much. Well, then that means we can move the camera
my God.
closer.
That's closer to me.
That's better.
That's scary.
That's better. Okay.
Might break the camera.
Ugh. Yeah. So anyway, it's been a
Is
while.
that better, Ree? Is that better? Let's just check back. How we doing?
Okay. Cool. All right. Well,
We had 4 people watching. Now we're down to just 3 again.
that's okay. I'm sure my dad will jump on shortly
Probably.
once they get home. So thanks for joining us on the live tonight. We wanted to recap our trip from this weekend. Audible. Let's get some people in here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, we didn't go to Sturgis this year. We wanted to. We went last year. Last year was our first year, and it was awesome. And we had planned to come or, go this year. And then those plans kind of changed. I got a new job. A buddy of ours that we were going to go with got a new job. So it's just been a little bit nuts.
Yeah.
And we thought we would just sort of play it by ear, make a last minute call. He's got a lawn mowing landscape business, and kind of the weather, it's dependent on the weather about, can he get away? Is the crew going to be able to handle stuff while he's out? And so we were playing it last minute. But doing that, we ended up with hey, it's going to cost a lot of money to find a space to stay. I'm a camper, so I wouldn't mind. Brad was out there. He said, hey, yeah, you can just camp in our trailer. They were pulling their motorcycles out there, staying in a cabin. And he's like, I'll just bring a couple cots. But he's not up for the camping.
I'm not sleeping in a trailer that's transporting motorcycles.
So we opted on no Sturgis this year, which is fine. But then I was having a lot of FOMO.
Fear of missing out.
So we're seeing out,
For those of you that
traveling. Yeah, people are traveling out there, and it was just like, oh. And we haven't done a trip.
We've been keeping up with everybody's posts though in Sturgis and videos. Like we've been watching Thrashing, we've been watching Bogey Bikers.
Wind Road.
Bokey, thanks for the shirts. The shirts are awesome. We don't have them on today because we wore them for 2 days straight while riding. So they're a little stanky.
The Rusty Bolts.
The Rusty Bolts is stinky. So.
Yeah. So anyway, we just wanted to recap what we decided to do instead. We were going stir crazy. We needed to get out of town. We wanted to do something together. I've been busy with work. He's been busy with work. So we just we've been 2 ships passing in the night lately.
It's been rough.
Yeah. So this was a much needed getaway. You sent me a text Wednesday last week.
I did.
With
I said,
a
hey,
map
what do you think about this
of
road?
Lake Michigan. Yeah. So we decided to take the SS Badger across it's an old coal burning ship. Super cool. The oldest
coal steamship in the world.
Yeah, started sailing in 1953. 53? I think
53 or 57.
Semi trucks go on this thing. It's huge, and it takes about 4 hours. So we rode our bikes up to Manitowoc with a stop in Sheboygan to have lunch with his dad.
You check out our Instagram, you can see some of that stuff too.
Okay.
Some of the videos.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we just decided I'm going to take the day off and we're going to go. And so we got tickets for the 2 p.m. ferry. There's only 2 ferries that run from Manitowoc over to Ludington. Ludington,
yep.
2 p.m. and 1 a.m. So we took the 2 p.m. ferry.
I don't know why you didn't want to take the 1 a.m.
Well, we would have had more of a day for riding.
Can you imagine the moonlight over the lake, though?
That would be cool. I wonder if they still play bingo.
Probably not.
Anyway, so let's just recap the ride over there.
Yeah.
Right. So the ride up, we've been, we ride in Wisconsin all the time, so it's kind of, is what it is. Nice day. It was a beautiful day. We boarded the ship. They kind of put the motorcycles off to the side, and they said, just go wait over there. There's another guy over there on a bike, and we'll let you know when to go on, because you have to load your own motorcycle and strap it down yourself. So we waited. They loaded about half the ship, and then they loaded the motorcycles. So we all went in to the side. There were 4 motorcycles total, and we smoky trip
It
across
was
lake.
smoky.
It was the
Actually, it wasn't bad
was
Friday.
hazy.
It wasn't terrible Friday. The, Friday night was pretty bad when we got over to Michigan.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
We'll get to that though.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Strapping down the motorcycles was a little bit, we weren't really sure what to do. You're kind of on a metal grate. You get into the boat and then you turn sideways into the wall, and we strapped down to the wall and then kind of to the grate. So we did our best, and everybody there, no one else had done this before either, so we were kind of like, well, is this good? We think this is good, and we kind of were...
I'm going to pause you there for a minute. Word of advice, if you're going to do this, ever go on that thing, bring 2 straps, minimum, and a puck.
Puck, yep, because put it on the metal grate. I lent one of my pucks. I always carry an extra puck because people always need them. We lent one to the guy next to us.
Tom from California.
Yeah, yep, Tom and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so tied down, and then you have to take all of your stuff because they don't let you
go
back
to your
down
vehicle.
under there
Yeah.
until the end of the ride. So we brought stuff upstairs, and then we explored the ship.
Yep.
It's big. There's a museum. There's a arcade, a movie theater. You know, it's all those small things, but a few snack counters where you can buy lunch and food. There's a coffee shop, kind of, and a bar. So just think like old cafeteria style.
I keep thinking Titanic when I was on the boat.
I mean, it's the thing I thought was funny is there's a smoking section, and you go, there's the lower deck and the top deck, and then
The very top
upstairs
deck.
to the top deck, which is the smoking section, right next to the big billowing smokestack.
The coal smokestack. I got to make that steam.
So yeah, so 4 hours. It's about a 4 hours. It took a little less this time. And then you can kill the time with the activities they have going on. We played bingo for like an hour. Had some snacks.
We both won at bingo.
We won at bingo. Bingo and dad jokes from the guy calling the bingo.
Horrible dad jokes.
Let's see, if we travel with a firearm. Oh, yes. They said no firearms. You had to declare your
Yeah, there you go.
firearms. They had a dog, a weapon sniffing dog.
Yeah.
When you went up, they asked you to declare your firearms. We didn't have any, so we didn't have to stow them anywhere. But yes, good point.
Yep.
So yeah, I thought the boat was good. It was a fairly calm day as far as waves and stuff. And again, it's a big ship, so you didn't really feel.
I didn't
much of
handle it real
anything.
well. Like, I had to keep my eyes inside the boat.
Oh, because if you were watching the water go by.
If I was watching
it
the water
a little...
go by, it was a little motion sickness for me.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird, because I don't get motion sickness, like, in a car. But on the boat with the water, I did.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
So it was good, yeah, and it was hazy. We got across to Ludington, and then we had about a half-hour ride up to Manistee, where we had planned dinner at a restaurant, the Windward, which was actually on the 5th floor of one of the hotels in Manistee, right on the lake, right on a big beach. I think it was First Street Beach.
First Street Beach.
It was huge beach with really old school like slides, like the big tall slides that you used to fall off as a kid and break your arm
I busted my head open on one of them. Yep.
or burn your butt sliding down in the sun. But it was just, we got a nice table right by the window. We ate pretty good dinner and just watched the sunset, so it was gorgeous. The downfall was the next piece of our trip, which we didn't plan ahead very well because we were just going to wing it. Some of our best trips, we've just winged it. We drove the whole Pacific coast
And winged it.
and it was great. You know, just when you were like, the sun's setting, let's find a spot.
Find a hotel when we're done, when we're tired, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Well, summer in Michigan along the lake,
Doesn't work like
nope.
that.
If you don't plan ahead, you're not going to find a spot. So there was no room at the inn. There was no room at any inn in like
50-mile radius.
Yeah,
50, 60-mile radius.
So we ended up finally finding a hotel in Cadillac, which was almost an hour drive
Inland
from the lake. So the sun was setting, and we headed east.
I believe it, Mike. I believe it.
Next story. Okay, so it's yeah,
Next
it is.
year's
Yeah, it's
booking up.
probably booking up already. A couple days before we left,
There was rooms
there
available.
were rooms, but we're like,
We
I'm not
just-
going to pay that much money for a hotel room. I would have just paid it, but we drove east
Yeah,
into
56 miles.
into the woods, 58, I think.
58 miles into the woods
Into
at
the
65
woods,
miles an hour.
As it's getting dark, seeing signs saying bear crossing next 7 miles. We didn't see any bear.
Yeah.
But so that was not the most fun. It's a little hairy, especially with the crossing traffic and bright lights, and then you can't really see. And the road was kind of crappy condition. So anyway, we got to Cadillac, passed out. I slept really well.
I did not.
We got up in the morning, I think.
I don't remember
and
why. Why did I not sleep well?
I don't know.
Oh, somebody was snoring. Oh, yeah.
I was sleeping hard. You were snoring too, so you slept some. I brought earplugs, so you're snoring.
I did not.
You're snoring. Didn't bother
Apparently,
me.
I should.
Always travel with earplugs. Always. Anyways, so the next day we headed up to, well, we had lunch or breakfast at the hotel, and then we kind of waited till it warmed up a little bit, and we headed up towards Traverse City because we were going to the Tunnel of Trees, which was kind of the number one. Hey, we want to ride the Tunnel of Trees someday.
Heard so many things about it. Like, it's a really great ride, blah, blah, blah. I mean,
So-
obviously, the fall time is probably the best time. But let me tell you,
It was cool.
it was cool.
It wasn't what I expected. I expected like
Here's-
wider road and like tunnels, like actual like I don't know. There was one part. I'm like,
What?
where is it? Are we there yet?
Are we
in
there
it?
yet?
Are we in
there
it?
yet? Yeah. Oh my god, it was very, very curious.
It
if you
was
thought-
underwhelming.
It was very underwhelming. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't I mean, we live in Wisconsin, so we have a lot of trees here. We have the Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive. There's portions of that are tree canopied, and you feel like you're in a tunnel.
Yeah.
So it's not.
So calling it a tunnel wasn't necessarily like it wasn't what I expected.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little underwhelming from that perspective. However,
Was it beautiful? Yes.
yes, it's like 27 miles, I think, and it was very pretty. I feel like it was a car and a half wide,
About that.
but it's two-way, no center line, and the whole road is crowned. So
Some people were great on coming traffic. Others didn't care that you were there.
yeah, so I mean, I was happy we were on a motorcycle and not in a car.
Because we probably would have wrecked.
Yeah, but it was, and the speed limit was like 45.
45,
It was
I think.
marked at, but I think I don't
We
know
probably
that I
did
ever really went
35.
because it's just relaxing. You're kind of tooling through there, and it was good. So that was beautiful. Lots of trees. You once in a while could see the lake on your left. You pass lots of little cottages and homes in the woods. So that was cool. By the time we got to the end of it, though, we were like, okay, we've
I've
been
had enough.
riding. My leg is cramping up. Like, I'm starving. And so we're like, as soon as we get to whatever the next town is, we are stopping somewhere. So we get into this little town, Cross Village. Yep. And Mike
We're getting to that right
he
now.
already sees this, right? And I see something and I go like, okay, how does that look? I'm pulling in there, I'm making the call, I'm pulling there, I pull in the driveway and we go and come around and we park and it's this place
Wait,
called.
wait, you made the call. Hold on.
I made the
Back
call.
Up.
Yeah, I'm pulling in here because if I ask
But
you,
I
you're like,
don't. No. You said, "Hey, let's pull in here." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the place I saw." Heck yeah.
Yeah. So this was the Legs Inn, which is this wacky, out of this world, super unique Polish restaurant. And the guy who built this place or started this place, like collected driftwood and made
Refinished it
sculptures
and-
so like, you walk into this place and there's just like it's like walking into another world. Yeah, really unique, really cool. The whole wait staff super friendly, and then
90% of them Polish.
yeah. Yeah.
The other
Our waitress was from Albania
Albania. 2 of them were from
Yep.
Albania.
on a work study program. So
For
yeah,
3 years.
She said she
Their
said they
third
come in
year.
the summer, and yeah,
Very,
it's cool.
very, very polite people. Very great people.
And the food was interesting. It was good. And they sat us out on the patio, and we had
I will
like
recommend not getting the burger.
a seat right by the lawn, and then you saw they had flowers planted everywhere, and you were up on a bluff overlooking Lake Michigan. So definitely a must-see place if you're going to do the Tunnel of Trees.
Mm-hmm.
And then dessert, have dessert.
Oh,
We had the
yes.
best like crumb
Dessert
cake,
was
fruits, berries.
fabulous.
So I think that was one of the highlights. Was the food.
I said to Heather when we ordered the dessert, "Yeah, I'll try it. I'll have a couple bites."
Thank God you ate half of it because it was huge.
It was delicious.
We split it. Yeah. So that was there, and then we mapped our next thing, which was the Harley dealership. We're like, we have to
What
stop.
we thought was the Harley dealership.
Well, yes, Zip's Harley dealership. If you've ever been to Wall Drug, that's what Mackinac Island felt like. Or not the island. It was like by the bridge. It's like this
downtown area.
Downtown tourist trap area, like all these shops. So if you like the little shopping quaint, it was cute. There's ice cream shops and fudge shops and clothing shops.
The ferry to go to
and
Mackinac
jewelry
Island's
shops
right there.
and like touristy stuff.
Yeah.
Fun if you're gonna spend a day there bopping around shopping. The Harley dealership's like 12 feet wide, and it was probably just a t-shirt shop. We did not stop. We're like, oh, Zips, shop. There it is, hi, bye, and then we made a U-turn, pulled over into a bank.
Double checked our.
And made the next the tourist
fudgies, yeah.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, no, we're not. That's not us. This trip was about the ride, not as much about the touristy, like, shoppy stuff.
Tourist fudgies. How about pasties?
Oh, we didn't have one.
We didn't have any pasties
so
while we were there.
And
we went by like 800.
That was once we got in the UP. Every single block there was a pasty shop.
Every third mile.
But we were already full from the legs in, so we didn't have any. We mapped out to the bridge, and then I was like, okay, the bridge is a toll bridge. We're gonna have to pay, okay, who has cash? And I had a $10 bill, so he's like, oh, I'll put it in my little drawer on in the front of the bike. So he did that.
A bad idea.
Yeah. So we drive and we go over the bridge, and I'm like, oh, I guess I thought this was a toll bridge, where I guess we didn't have to pay a toll. And then you get over the bridge, and then that's where you pay the toll.
Yeah.
So we're pulling up, and I'm like, okay, let's go in that lane once we get up there.
Here comes the part where Scott screws up.
Yeah, so all of a sudden I see something flying off of Scott's bike, and it's our $10 bill.
Bye-bye, $10
right?
bill.
So we're like 3 cars.
Park the bike, turn it off. I'm running
stepping on
after
it. I drive up
bill.
to it, and I step on it, and then I'm like, you gotta get off your bike and get it.
Stopping traffic. Nobody can get. Oh my God.
So then,
I get. It's the. You get off your bike. You put the kickstand down. Thank God I did that. It didn't dump over. And you go and pick up the $10 bill. You come back around your bike and you see the car behind you looking at you like, you're an idiot.
Meanwhile, I'm
looking at the guy going, got my $10 bill. Oh
man! So we get through the toll. And we just set the GPS for Escanaba. We found a hotel there ahead of time before we went, so we knew we had a spot.
Yeah.
And then we got over the bridge and got onto Highway 2, and then it's just along the shoreline the whole way.
Yeah.
Which was beautiful, except it's 65 miles an hour on a 2-lane highway. Right on the coast, so you have the dunes and stuff are beautiful, but you have people parking along the side of the road because they're going to the beach.
Keep in mind, we're doing 65 miles an hour and getting past like we're standing still.
And I'm like, I can't even enjoy the scenery, so I felt like the speed limit was a little fast. I don't mind going fast, but also I wanted to see stuff.
It's not even a divided road. It's a 2-lane county road.
And people are
65 miles an hour,
getting on and off to park to go to the beach. So, I think we were spoiled by the Gulf Shore National Seashore down in Florida because it's 35 miles an hour there, and then you get to actually enjoy.
Remember, I rode that no-handed.
We did.
Was it
8
20
miles?
8 miles?
It's 8 miles. Anyway, it was beautiful. we got to Escanaba. We checked in the hotel, which was a dump. They were, oh,
We know how to roll here.
you do know how to roll.
Yeah.
People drive fast. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
people were
nuts.
passing us.
I
but-
once got a ticket in Michigan for doing 5 over. So I don't know what the hell happened to your police, but I guess they don't give tickets out anymore. Holy shnikes.
Yeah. So it was good. It was a good trip, and we ate at the Hefford and Hops. Hefford and Hops. Kind of a downtown supper club place. Good food.
Real good food.
He
Yeah.
had a good steak. I had
Nice.
salmon that was like grilled and seasoned to
The
perfection.
homemade chips.
Homemade chips with French
French
onion
onion
dip.
dip.
Homemade French onion dip. It was good.
So good.
So I think 10 out of 10 on the 3 restaurants that we had dinners at, I think. No? What?
Not for me.
You didn't like the first one that as much?
I didn't like the first one.
Okay. Well,
Steak wasn't good.
well, the views
Wasn't
were
cooked
good.
well. Views were good. Company was great.
Thanks.
Sure. The hamburger at the Polish restaurant.
Oh,
Don't order that.
well, don't have a hamburger.
don't
at
have
Polish.
don't have a hamburger at a Polish restaurant. Just get something Polish because it'll be delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it was the dinner in
was good.
Escanaba was fabulous.
Your state police are famously uninterested in traffic work. Yeah. I guess maybe we could have gone faster then.
I didn't want to go any faster. I wanted to enjoy Michigan.
Pure
Apparently, they
Michigan.
don't want you to enjoy Michigan. Get the freak out of here.
Go fast. Go home. No.
Ah.
Yeah.
People.
I think highlights in Escanaba. Escanaba, we were up there for Great Lakes Hog Rally
Years
in
ago.
2021.
Yeah.
That was my first summer.
Riding.
riding.
That was your first big ride.
Yep. It was really like, it was a Saturday night, and I thought like the place would be hopping, and it really was.
It's like a ghost
There's
town.
nothing going
Oh.
on, so it was interesting.
Well, there's a reason it was a ghost town.
Well, and then we drove around and we decided to go by the fairgrounds because when we were there for the hog rally, there had been dirt track races, and we're like, after dinner, I'm like, well, I don't want to go back to the dumpy hotel and just like,
Hang out there at 8 o'clock.
yeah, so let's go drive around and figure something out. And they happen to have the Demolition Derby, Armageddon.
Oh, it wasn't Demolition Derby.
It was figure eight racing.
which turned into Demolition Derby.
Ooh, is anybody
There are
else?
other people watching. Yeah, people, say something so we know who's watching, because we don't have a computer to see who's watching.
I can't see who's on because I can't log into my computer because we
Thank
haven't
you,
gone live
Mike.
forever. Thank you.
Our moderator, Mike.
Who we next time we plan a trip, we'll have to. This
We'll
was
have to
just
hook up with Mike.
This was just last minute. Like, hey,
Or Mike, why
we're
don't you
doing
come over
this
here?
in 2 days?
We'll show you roads that you can drive on where you can actually see things.
Well, yeah, Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive.
Kettle Moraine Scenic Drive is
If
beautiful.
you come across into Wisconsin, let us know and we will
treat
come
you.
give you
In
a
fact,
tour.
we'll even put you up, Mike.
Yeah, we've got this lovely
That camper right behind us.
camper in
Yep.
the driveway that is our guest house.
That's our guest house.
So you're welcome anytime. Anybody out there, if you're coming to Wisconsin, west of Milwaukee, about a half hour.
Yep.
So yeah,
We'll take you on some cool roads.
come on over.
Find some good eats.
Yeah. So the Demolition Derby, figure eights,
So what?
whatever.
Figure eights.
That was fun.
So
They
it
had
was
16 buses in the finale
16 buses.
doing a figure eight on this
15,
third track.
15 and a half buses.
Yeah. And
One bus was doing mosquito control.
oh yeah, it did make it around the first loop. It was
a little
it
buzzing
was-
behind us. It sounds like a giant mosquito in the air.
airplane.
Is it airplane or is it
Ultralight,
ultralight?
ultralight probably.
Yeah, I think it's an ultralight.
So yeah, so that was last night. It was a good time. I think everybody was there in the whole town because nobody was downtown. Anyway, it was quiet. And this morning we were gonna head home and we decided to take some back roads, and it just so happens that the Green Bay Stilettos on Steel had planned to ride down to Fredonia, Wisconsin, where there's this big oil can silo at this Airbnb called Hilltop Haven. So people go there. Has become a Harley destination because of this big oil can painted silo. It's a silo painted like a big Harley Davidson oil can.
This is pretty dark. I'm gonna turn this light on above us.
So people go there and get their picture taken. So this group of ladies was coming down from Green Bay. Oh,
here we go.
I feel like I gotta go. The hat's gotta go backwards.
Backwards hat.
All right. So that looks kind of silly, but we'll go with it. So the stilettos on steel from Green Bay were riding down, and then one of the stilettos from Lake Country, Pam, she's their RC, she said, "Oh, hey, I live down there. What time are you guys gonna get there? I'll meet you." So then she had a group of ladies from our chapter, Lake Country chapter of stilettos on steel, head up there. And then when I'm looking at there, and then they're like, "We're going to the silo, and then we're going out for ice cream." And I'm like, "Where are you going for ice cream?" Oh, we're going to Spoon Liquors in Campbell Sports. So we mapped that out.
What a name for an ice cream shop.
Yeah,
Spoon Liquors.
We mapped that out, and we're like, "Oh, that's 3.5 hours away. Oh, when are we? Oh, yeah, we're sitting at breakfast, and we're like, that's right about the time when they'll be there. That will be like." We mapped to there, so we went there.
So we did it,
and we met some of my friends for ice cream.
And trampoline.
Spoon Liquors, and they had a trampoline. So we'll look for a video on that later, like a big trampoline. Have you ever seen a whole bunch of grown women
I was gonna have to call
jumping on a
ambulance.
trampoline?
It was ridiculous.
It was hilarious. It was fun. So you could have got on there.
I would have not gotten off alive.
Yeah. So. All right, who else is on?
I mean, we got 4 people watch, so we got, I'm watching, Mike's watching, and we have 2 anonymous people.
Yeah.
I'm guessing
is
one's
Bushwhacker on?
Bushwhacker, is that you?
Chime in if you're on there.
I'm assuming it's Bushwhacker.
Okay. Well, and we're at 32 minutes, and Bushwhacker, a.k.a. my dad.
Probably past
my
his
biggest
bedtime.
fan. No, he told me when he was leaving here after dinner tonight. It says 6 are watching.
Oh, now it is
now
6.
It says 6. Well, all 6 of you.
Somebody say hi.
Anyway,
besides Mike.
Dad said, just make sure it's not too long-winded, because otherwise he gets bored.
You know what, Dad?
He's our biggest fan. We gotta love Dad. And Mom. Mom will watch with them. But they came over tonight for dinner, which was cool. We grilled out, and yeah, it was fun. I always like having them over. Anyway. So yeah, it was a good day. We rolled in, mowed the lawn, cut down a tree
that fell down in the driveway
while we were gone.
Yeah.
And we're good. The dogs are happy we're home, and I'm happy I'm going to sleep in my old bed tonight. So good trip. Definitely recommend it. I will try to get a video out about it at some point, but it might be by Christmas. I don't know.
That ain't happening.
So we're going to sign off for the night. Thank you all who joined us. Mike will have to catch up with you at some point.
For sure.
And I'm going to try to get back into some videos.
We should invite Mike over for Tomahawk Fall Ride.
Oh, Tomahawk Fall Ride. All right. Well, we'll hit you up on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you again. Have a great night, and we're going to sign off.
Peace.
Thanks for hanging with us.
Don't let the hard days win. Just saying.
All right. And if you want to know about that, check out the Bogey Biker channel.
We love you, Road Wang.
All right.
See you guys.
Good night. Thanks a lot.